Welcome back to another round in the Trash Bowl tournament, and I know it doesn't sound like JJ or Alex talking because it's not JJ nor Alex talking. There were some technical difficulties in the initial recording of the match, and so it's me, pimpkarp, streaming alongside another guest commenter. Do you want to introduce yourself, Aurora?
Hello, my name is Aurora. I used to be a Legend player, not anymore, I just haven't played enough. I currently play competitive Overwatch and competitive Valorant for the Icebox, which is a subcategory for the Fridge Esports, and I stream on Twitch semi-regularly.
Good stuff. I cannot play Overwatch anymore, unfortunately. That game killed the life out of me.
Relatable.
So, as we get into this match, we'll talk about their respective decks. So, Agent on the bottoms, running with the Druid. I believe it's Quest Druid. He's got the Highlander Priest and the Secret Rogue with his Bomb Warrior being banned. And lulnenko has his Quest Druid as well, Cyclone Mage and Dragon Priest, and the Bomb Warrior as well as banned.
So from what I know, they're pretty good friends, so they're probably theory crafting together on most of these decks. Hence,
100%.
two of the I can't speak. Hence, two of the very similar lists.
Yeah, no, they pretty sure they're part of the same organization even, and like you said, they do a lot of like theory crafting or a lot of testing together, I'm sure. So they're very familiar with each other's play styles, and this is going to be a really good match. I think this has potential to honestly just be the match of the tournament outright. Agent being a clear front runner each time he's been in, making it to the final round in the Americas bracket the second time, I believe, and lulnenko winning the entire thing last time against Razvan War. So getting the questing adventure down. Ooh, alright, I like it.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the NA bracket currently.
Gotcha.
Just trying to see who's playing.
If I remember correctly, the winner of this faces Pika, or the winner of Pika versus
Yummy, yeah. Is it Jumi or Yummy?
I genuinely have no idea. It's a very good question.
But camping Scrub all the way to semis is pretty cool.
Yeah, well, funny story on that actually. I found out yesterday his opponent never showed up.
Opponent just didn't, like, it wasn't that they left the server, they just didn't come.
Well, his opponent also never even played the first round. His opponent got a bye.
Oh.
So Camping Scrub already in the semis against the winner of Raptor versus your Ked. So that should also be a pretty good match. Raptor beating me in the first round. And I forget who Ked played in the first round.
I'm not too sure, but right now it really does look like Agent has the lead out here against
100%.
lulnenko.
I mean,
just outright value too.
You see the Nourish in hand for lulnenko, so that's going to be a nice replenishment in 2 turns. But that's you know, an entire dead turn in between that to make up for. And he's running with a Secret Passage with 4 mana, so he could maybe hoping to get like an Edwin or something out of this. Oh, there we go.
So right now Edwin's looking to be an 8/8.
Thankfully you were keeping track. I honestly lost count. I can't count to 4, it's hard.
I'm gonna be honest. The only reason I thought about that, like, enough that my brain understood, was just because just how often I've played with Edwin, and it just, like, sticks there now.
Oh yeah. No, Edwin's, especially in decks that don't have an easy way of getting rid of it, like, he has no way to deal with this right now. And as you saw before, them emoting at each other back and forth. Just the casual BM.
This is not looking like a good pull for lulnenko here.
Not at all.
You have to be thinking, which of these actually gives him an opportunity to win the game?
I think he went with the, I forget even what the name of the card is. I can't check.
Arc of Nature, I believe it is. Yeah. The +4 or +4.
I think he's just going with that solely to try and get a play with the Oasis Surger. That would be my thinking, but that's still not going to help him in the immediate or long term, I don't think. This is just a snowball-y game for Agent, it looks like.
Yep. Devolving Missiles here looks very nice, knowing that he won't be able to do much against bigger targets.
Yeah.
lulnenko on the draw gets Rising Winds, which gives him access to more card draw, but he wants to save that one more turn possibly to get the bonus from the quest, or he's going to play it outright to try to get more tempo back.
Makes sense. He's just trying to scramble for anything to work with at this point. I can't quite check how far he is in his quest again because we're working off of the video, not the actual in-game match. So
I believe if he finishes his turn, he should get it.
Would make sense. Usually you see quests finishing up by now, or at least close to now.
Yeah. Him starting first, or not getting the coin first turn, is actually a major detriment to him.
100%. Especially because most decks, I feel like, only run one copy of Innervate, or at least the ones that I've been seeing lately have only run the one copy of Innervate. So it's very hard to get that easy or that quick quest completion if you don't start on the coin.
Yeah. Very interestingly enough, lulnenko has just dedicated this whole turn to just card draw, and he does the 1 damage to the Edwin, which doesn't look that impactful considering there's an Ahmet on the board. Ahmet's just going to give him a lot of value. We'll see from the lackeys, they'll become 1 mana 1/7s, or for that, for the Cult Neophyte, 2 mana 3/7s, and for Evil Miscreant, 1 mana 1/7. There's just so much value from the Ahmet that even just taking away 1, that's -4 health if he had damaged it.
One of the things too is Druid doesn't have any ways of really getting rid of wide boards of big health minions.
Yeah.
They have Starfall to get rid of smaller health minions, which is why I think he wanted to get the Edwin to 7 just in case he could, if he top deck a Starfall, for instance. But this Ahmet is just making it very hard to get rid of any of these minions in bulk, I should say.
This looks like a massive, easy round for Agent. 100%. I don't really see what lulnenko could really do to come back from this.
I mean,
I guess Oasis is a very good play.
It's good to stall, but it doesn't really help him win, especially when you have devolving missiles, which could just eradicate it. Or, I mean, what's it called?
Vendetta.
Vendetta, thank you. I was thinking Eviscerate, and that wasn't it. But
Vendetta here just kind of gives it to him for free.
Instructor Fireheart could be interesting. Or just Keladin.
Keladin just wins him the round right now, I think. Wait, no.
No, I don't think he is lethal yet.
8, 9, 10, all until 13, 14, 15? Yeah. On board? Yeah, he wouldn't have lethal.
Uh,
16. My bad.
Okay, math is hard.
It is very hard. Devolving Missiles here puts that down to, I think, a 3 mana card.
Yes, it does.
Ooh, that's not a bad 3 mana card, though.
It's not.
If he gets if that dies and he pulls out the Predator from the deck, he could win, I believe, or bring it back somewhat. I don't remember. I think it's summons 5/5s or 3/3s. I don't remember.
Summons 4 4/4s.
Oh, then that can clear the Ahmet and the Edwin here, and then there's just a bunch of little chip damage. But I don't think that's enough to win him, actually.
It's not. I think he just dies this turn. I mean, he's got Nourish for card draw if he wants it. He's got Oasis Surger, Mark of Nature, but nothing really wins him the game, and he's facing down quite a lot of damage, even if he manages to clear off the Edwin.
Without the Edwin, it does cut his damage in half, though, from quite literally from 16 to 8. Actually, plus the weapon, so 9 damage. So, how does he get out of this?
I honestly have no idea. Quest Druid is not a deck you want to be fighting for board presence with, and he might just have to take this L and go next and hopefully have a better start with his hand.
Oh, he knows the out.
There we go.
He's going
you love
out
to
with
see it. You love to see it.
So that's Agent 1-0 versus lulnenko. An early lead is very good, especially going into both the Druid and the Priests matchup soon.
So you could see lulnenko going right back into the Druid. Could just say he wants to save it for later on and start fresh. Switch to either the Dragon Priest or the Cyclone Mage. All are viable options, honestly.
For me, I would probably... it depends on how comfortable lulnenko is with the mirrors, because worst comes to worst, he's going to play at least one mirror here.
No.
Unless he plays Dragon and then just gets rolled on both.
Yeah, it's true.
But I think lulnenko, if he really feels confident in the fact that he could win the mirror matches, he goes for the Dragon Mage here and just gets it and tries to see if he could take the free win. I'm not too sure on how well that plays off against the Priest or the Druid matchup. Last time I saw Dragon Mage was 6 months ago. It's been a long time, but
You said Dragon Mage?
yes.
So now it's Cyclone Mage. So
Oh, Cycle Mage.
yeah.
Correct.
So Cyclone Mage essentially just focuses around having the Sorcerer's Apprentice with the Evocation and cheating out a bunch of really, really cheap spells and combining it with the Mana Giant. So it's I know it's Alex's favorite deck. I know he loves Mage very, very much, and he's very much hoping to see more of this deck in class in general. But yeah, no, it's honestly a very hard deck to pilot well, because there's those times where you get those dead draws where you don't get the card draw at all, and you just kind of struggle. But as we see, they're loading instead into the Priest versus Druid. He goes right back to that Question, says, I want to win with it. I want to get it out of the way so I can move on.
What's interesting here is that lulnenko actually gets access to the coin first turn, and if he plays, if he wants to wait, he can play the 2 mana card. I keep forgetting your name. I think it's Crystal Merchant.
Yes,
and on turn 2, he can play Crystal Merchant and coin it out, and then get the free draw as well as having the extra turn.
But
he opts out and just goes for just take the free turn on turn 1,
which is always a good play. And
Agent. That's why I thought Dragon.
Yeah.
Dragon Priest.
Well, actually, Agent's playing the Highlander variety, as you can see from the Zephyrus, which is very strong. I've seen it in GM matches succeed very well. It's a lot harder to manage your resources because obviously you only have one of each copy, but it opens you up to a lot of different powerful advantages that the typical Dragon Priest deck doesn't offer you.
Highlander in general, I feel, because of the powerful Highlander cards, just Zephyrus being a get out of jail free card, and Alex being a big hand, just on turn 9 you can just drop it and then just have a massive play next turn. I feel that they're just a very strong Highlander decks in general have just been very strong since they've released.
That's true. They actually haven't been as prevalent though recently, which is slightly surprising. I guess with Bomb Warrior being as prevalent as it has been, it's limited its popularity a little bit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like Highlander Hunter, which was a staple for the longest time, is just fallen by the wayside and entirely in favor of Face Hunter.
I think the meta has just shifted to the point where it's either you are the aggressor or you are or you need to be very board control-ish.
I agree.
I don't think that's the right word, but we'll go with
I understand what you're saying. So lulnenko at the top, trying to decide what he wants here. Runic Carvings is interesting, but it dies immediately to the Breath of the Infinite if he thinks about that. Nourish isn't bad. He's got the hand space, but it's a little slower, and he already has one in hand, so he just decides to go with the Wrath, kill off this Zephyrus, and get his quest. Is it complete? Yeah.
Yep.
Complete.
Complete on turn 4. You'd love to see that as a Equestrian player here, because that means next turn you have access to your Oasis Surgery, the following turn you have access to your Nourish on 6.
Yep.
Just so much value for lulnenko here now.
And then he's already pushing Cenarius on turn 9 if he really wants to go that aggressive with it.
That's true. Kronk's here is very interesting.
I guess
to just draw out the trap. And draw out the Galakron.
To have a sizable minion on board too, I guess, to kind of have a fight back against the Oasis Surger. Might be thinking about
because
that
it's
Starfall.
not much lulnenko can really do here against it besides burning his Starfall, but against Priest, I guess that's kind of easier to say, you know what, I can use this more freely because it's not like Face Hunter or Gibberling Druid where the board goes very wide and you don't have to really worry about that.
Exactly.
So you can use it as a single target removal.
Goes over the Wrath instead. I guess Wrath and Crystal Power possibly.
That makes sense.
Yep. A little cleaner.
Because it allows him to kill him and restore 5 health to himself. Yeah. Never mind.
No. Yeah, it's a weird interaction with the both effects active.
The way it reads, I would have assumed that you can choose who to heal, but I think it's you deal the 2, then you heal it, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Nourish coming out on 6 here, facing down these the big
Siamat.
yeah. Trying to think of the words. I'm sorry.
It's
I'm
fine.
so
No,
tired.
it's fine. Plus, you haven't played that frequently recently, and
Yeah.
without being able to actually hover and look at the cards, it's all based off of recognition. And plays the Steel Beetle and the Anubisath Defender for the 5 mana and a little bit of protection.
So Yulnen or Agent can either clear the board or just deal with the Anubisath and go face.
He could always go Cabal Acolyte after and Wave of Apathy and steal one of them, but that seems unnecessary. They don't seem like high target or high priority targets in this situation. Could just
I
waste
don't
it,
really
but...
seem that either of those really want to be captured, I guess.
No, that's what I mean. Oh, there we go. Zephyrus
That's
and
big.
Grunks. That's gross.
He's looking at the Cabal.
He is. He's also maybe just gonna Galakrond.
What does Zephyrus offer here at 5? Brawl. Oh well, I guess we'll see it.
Yeah, 6. It would probably be the 6 mana priest minion, the Cabal Shadow Priest. Yeah,
Yup, there it is.
and just steals the Anubisath. Yep.
So when it ends turn, it should return the attack back to normal, I believe.
At the start of his next turn.
Yeah. But that still means he gets the free 3/5 there. That's a very big thinking, because now even lulnenko can't really do much about this board. At most, he can use Starfall on it, kill the Cabal Priest, and
But
wait.
he's got the Ghidra combo, so that's gonna go all the way up to a 6/9. And he'll be able
That's
to...
actually insane.
Yep.
He
make
just
quick
clears
work
full
of this
board.
Yep. Still has a 6/3 with Wind Fury on board, which doesn't immediately die. At least with what's
Breath
on
of the Infinite can't clear either minion here, which is kind of unfortunate for Agent here. But he does have access to the Galakrond if needed.
Breath only does 2 though.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Breath won't kill either minion.
Oh, I thought you said will. Sorry, that was my bad. But Dragon Queen off the top. There we go. Yep, just slam it down.
8 mana for 8/8.
Oh wow,
Oh.
those are both great too.
Which do you think would be the better play here? I think taking the Zoraku here, because that forces them to try to play into the Zoraku. Because with the Ysera, you could still technically go face and try to force the damage.
Yeah.
But with Zoraku, you quite literally have to answer it.
I was gonna say he's hovering over that wave though. It doesn't want to wait for the Cabal. It just decides he doesn't want to deal with that 12 damage, which I don't blame him. It's quite a lot. And so Rising Winds just to try and see what else he gets, and then Cenarius. I like it.
Does that give the +2/+2 to
Yep.
the? Oh my god, it does.
Yep.
That's quite a scary board Agent is facing down.
Yeah.
How does he play into this?
So he hasn't Galakrond yet, so he can't unfortunately clear board with the Kronks, which would have been very nice here. Guess just decides to see if he can get like a Plague of Death, but doesn't get anything worthwhile here. Maybe he might try to go for Raise Dead again for a Zephyrus board clear. That's a definite option.
What's died so far? Siamat, Kronks, Zephyrus.
Zephyrus has died twice.
The Cabal.
Ball, yeah. I mean, he's got a decent enough chance, but he needs it to hit Zeph, and he does.
And he does. Oh my god.
Wow. Insane.
What is he drawn to here? Brawl?
Brawl. I would say Brawl. Flame Strike, potentially, just because there's 3 minions that are 4 health, but that's not what you want here. If you had 1 more mana, Twisting Nether would be ideal.
I think he needs to burn some...
Breath first for... Oh, the Demon Hunter 4 mana spell. No, Shadow Flame, okay.
That's even cleaner then.
It is.
I was thinking Hellfire, but that is just weaker version of his Shadow Flame there. Well played to Agent to get around that entire board.
They're both playing very well right now, honestly. This is living up to the hype already.
Yeah. This looks like a very good and close match, especially between friends. Just
Oh, yeah.
knowing how the other person likes to play, and knowing what's in the opponent's deck just makes it so much more, I guess, like, not human, but you start feeling the pressure of the game more.
Yeah, no, I would agree. Mind Render off the top presents some interesting possibilities, but looking like he wants to go with the Galakron finally. And obviously hopes to hit the Oasis Surger, but we'll see. Nope, hits the Crystal Merchant, which is still...
It's not terrible.
No.
But it's not the ideal outcome. And he
Not
does
at all.
have 2 4/12s to just fall upon.
And he doesn't really want to go face unless he can just kill him outright, because then he just starts getting a bunch of 6/6s.
How will lulnenko actually answer this board?
Let's start with Agent Studies. I mean, he has Starfall in hand. He has... It's very hard to tell what he has in hand right now.
Yeah, with all the glowy particles.
Looks like an Oasis Surger.
I think Ambiguous is what you take here. Actually, no. I would take an Adorable Infestation, personally.
None of these are really that good.
Yeah. Oh, King Fioris in hand.
Yeah, that would be the only reason I would see going for the expensive one.
He went for Bite for it. Starfall is an option here.
Starfall into
Starfall
Oasis
plus
to kill off the
Oasis.
Saraku. I like it. And then that's a full board clear if he trades both the Oasis Surgers into the Ysera, which I would assume he does. Or nope, just goes face.
No, I think he goes face here because right now you see the Galakron only has 6 cards in hand. What are the odds that he's able to just heal through it?
That's true, but he does have
He
Kronks
does know
in
they
hand.
have Kronks.
And he does have the Deathwing to fall back on if things get really sketchy.
Yeah, Kronks out here, he's going to do 5 damage to all other minions.
Correct.
Interesting. So he takes the board clear instead of just the heal, which puts lulnenko back in this position of where do I want to be right now.
With the, okay, goes for the King Ferris. I like it. Wow. Gets a top minion.
Not Pagel.
The best classic legendary in the game.
Oh, let's see what he gets off his portals. Murazon?
That's a good one to start with. And oh my goodness,
Alex?
he is high rolling like a champ.
Caligos?
Oh my.
And he gets a Soul Mirror.
Soul Mirror is awkward though, because he doesn't really get full use of the board space.
So even then, Soul Mirror only kills one thing here.
Yeah, the health totals also make it awkward. This is...
Wait. 6, 4... Never mind. I was thinking if he used the... He has 4 things to steal in hand. If he had grabbed the 2/5 taunt, he could have won, I thought, but I basically can't do math.
So he could Cabal Shadow Priest, take the 2/5 with taunt. But that's not even that great. I
think he needs to kill the 6/9. And I'm not sure how he does.
I mean, he could trade the Krunks into it and just Deathwing, but yeah, it's awful.
Ooh!
Does take it, okay.
Interesting. So this turn... Oh, Nat Pagel gives him the second draw, too. That's 11 damage represented on board. I have no idea what lulnenko has in hand.
Nah, whatsoever. He just drew a Crystal Power, it looks like, though, so that could get rid of the taunt minion after it's reborn. Really gotta learn names of some of these cards.
Rising One's probably to dig, try to just find out something in his deck that could help him deal with it. If he draws into Starfall, he won, but...
I was about to say, has he played both Starfalls? I don't remember at this point.
I
think he's only played the one.
Yeah, I believe. Deck's getting
Wrath.
very thin here.
Wrath, ping it with the Crystal Power, trade in the 1/1 into it, push 13 face, potentially. And that's actually lethal. Yeah. Yeah, I thought he
Oh,
had
the bite from
more health.
earlier!
Yeah.
Well played from lulnenko. I completely forgot about that bite. Oh
Wow.
my god. That was actually a really scary game for both sides.
That was one turn away from winning for Agent probably if he couldn't get that lethal off. That was wild. So it's tied 1-1 and got that quest druid out of the way. So now we might actually see the worst thing as a caster.
The priest mirror.
The priest mirror.
The epitome of fun in Hearthstone.
Oh man. At least it's not a pure mirror, but
true. One's a Highlander version.
Yes. We'll see. While we wait, as always, this match is going to be sponsored by Beverage.
Ah, yes, Beverage.
The greatest sponsor a tournament could hope for. And it is the Priest Mirror. Oh boy. Alright, strap in. This is going to be a fun one.
So, Cobalt Sticky Fingers in lulnenko's hand. That's very interesting to see. Actually, wait. I mean, what does that play into? I mean, Bomb Warrior.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say he mulliganed it away, obviously, because that's a tech for Bomb Warriors or even Soul Fragment Demon Hunter. It's a common inclusion, I feel like. But
as a wild player, I don't know these things.
It's all right. You know, my Dragon Priest runs one Cobalt as well, just to deal with the weapons. But probably goes with the big old whelp here. Could also see an argument for evasive armor.
Nice.
But I was gonna say maybe not, but yeah. Because
the reason I think whelp is the better option here is because it's a 4-mana 5/5 now. Meaning you're just getting a lot of good stats for it, as well as you don't really need the evasive worm to clear anything here.
That's true. My only concern with picking the big old whelp was that in these mirror matchups, you typically don't want to have card draw because they traditionally go to fatigue. So if they do in that instance, you really don't want to be ahead in fatigue damage.
That is true.
You could just see the Zephyrus here into the wild growth. That seems like a pretty standard turn 2/3 play, which is what he's looking like he's going to do.
Or he could take the backstab and just make it so he's at 3/2. That's really...
He's good, but that's very aggressive. It's not a bad play, though. Just I feel like you want to get ahead in mana.
Yeah.
He's
going for it.
Alright, well, Agent's a better player than me, so who am I to second guess him?
I'm gonna be honest, that was a joke, but I guess how it works. Oh, what does he get here? I think it's a Dragmaw.
I think the Cobalt Spellkin. You have a chance to get Renew off of it, as well as the Draconic Studies. There's a lot of really good 1-mana spells. Dragon Ball's good too, but he does go with the Cobalt Spellkin. He's got 2 in hand actually now of the Spellkins, so that's a lot of resources to work with. And he heals
I was thinking
the
Dragon Ball
face.
just for the extra board presence, I guess.
That's not a bad one either.
Big ol' Whelp coming down early on turn 3, giving him a lot of board presence here with a 5/5 and a 3/2. Can lulnenko really answer this aggression?
I don't think this turn. He probably just would go...
Soul Mirror.
No. I was thinking, the Cabal Acolyte and then the Wave of Apathy next turn, but for this turn, probably just the Cobalt Spellkin. I mean, with Priest, you don't necessarily worry too much about damage. Now, an interesting tidbit with Priest Mirror is the one he's holding in his hand, the Cleric of Scales. That's one that you don't always want to play in these matchups, because again, like I said, card draw is a contributing factor in these matchups that you don't normally worry about. Normally, as Priest, card draw is something that you desperately want, but like I said, with the fatigue issue, you don't always want to go for that. So he does go for just the Cobalt Spellkin, which I keep forgetting the name of.
So Agent opts for the more board control-y style, just because there's no reason to push face. In the end, lulnenko could probably heal through it. Speaking of healing, Lulnenko drew into the Renew last turn, which is, from what I know, one of the best class cards currently,
Renew.
giving you 3 health and a card.
I don't know if he has Renew in hand. I think that's it's the Reborn card and Holy Smite.
Oh, they're both yellow. My
it's
brain's
fine.
too small.
They're very hard to see right now.
I was just looking and I was like, is that Renew? If that was Renew, then what I said would have been helpful.
Could just see
What is
Wandmaker to see what he gets from that. Wandmaker's the 2/2/2 that gives you a random 1 cost spell from your class.
Budget Spellkin.
Yeah,
and he gets a Draconic.
That's very nice. Just more minions to work with. He's got that Sethic Spellweaver or Velweaver for whenever he gets some targetable spells that he can start using, and then
he gets the Zephyrs back.
Only minion that died. He guarantees himself another Zephyrs. What is he looking for here? Earthshock? Yep.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
This looks once again to be swinging someone in the favor of AgentPWE. Draconic Studies gives him access to Queen, but that's not going to be active for a while.
No.
Cobalt's probably the better option here again.
Yeah, Brightwing's a little too RNG for what he wants here. Cobalt likely gives him... Okay, he goes for the Dragon Queen. He says, this game is going to go late. I want to have a chance to swing it in my favor. You don't hate it.
Especially against the Highlander Priest, I think. Once you go late game, once you have access to it, if they drop theirs, they kind of just win.
Yeah.
So if you have one to fire back, then, well... Yeah.
And also, I don't think he's worrying about dying this turn, and he has access to that Soul Mirror next turn, so he could just instantly swing the board back in his favor if he overcommits.
Another Holy Smite from the Cobalt Spellkin.
And
that is not what you want to see.
No.
Wave of Apathy looks pretty nice here, actually. Keeps him alive for an extra turn, makes it a little bit more awkward to try to push damage here.
On the other hand, though, that Sethic Veilweaver that Agent's about to play would be really good in Lulnenko's hand with all these 1-mana targetable spells. But he just steals that Spellkin right away and says, I got your whole board. Come fight back for board presence, which he's going to do with that Soul Mirror, I think, right off the top there.
Soul Mirror here doesn't really accomplish much here, though, does it?
Gives him...
It clears 3 of them.
It's not the greatest. It gives him board as well. You would hope for higher attack minions in this scenario, but
yeah,
it still gives you a taunt minion. It still gives you a Sethic Veilweaver, which you can't do much with this turn. But if it does manage to live for another turn, he can start, chain together Holy Smite, Inner Fire, Embalming Ritual, all kinds of stuff. Apotheosis. He's got a lot of stuff to work with.
Penance here gets very interesting. It can fully clear that Spellkin over there, without really having to worry about anything. Shadow Madness.
I love it.
Oh,
and then
oh no!
I love it. Double the value. And then the Holy Ripple.
Make it stop. This is just painful.
Well, he's actually close-ish to lethal at this point. He's pushing 10 damage on board. And he's got Apo and Holy Ripple, which does do face damage. I've missed lethal by not playing that in one game before.
Holy Ripple does 1 to face, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's pushing 13 if he really wanted to play that then. Unless he goes to clear. Yeah, he's gonna clear here. Very interesting.
He's gonna still Holy Ripple, I think. Yeah, because it heals his minions as well and clears the Spellkin. Puts him to 7. And what do you do as Lulnenko? You've got options.
You have the Smite to shut down at least the 3/3 if you really are threatened about the damage.
I mean, the cleric being active, he could look for some spells in his deck. I'm not sure. Let me check what spells he currently has access to. I mean, there's Renew, there's Shadow or Death, which doesn't help him at all. Not a lot to work with, honestly, with the spells in his deck. So he's just gonna steal the Veilweaver, possibly.
If he does steal it, then he can start working with the resources generated back from it.
Yeah.
Smite coming down to kill the 3/3.
Might even put Embalming Ritual on the Veilweaver. Get another copy of it back.
Yep.
Ooh, Dragon Queen next turn. If he weren't already ahead, he'll be even further ahead as of next turn.
Ooh, Draconic Studies finds...
Wow, Evasive Worm or Ysera. Both are really good.
I think Evasive Worm here feels
I would agree
better.
with the Evasive Worm.
Evasive Worm clears the 5/4, I believe it is.
Yeah.
And
4/5.
then 4/5, yeah. Sorry.
fine.
Yeah, Evasive Worm just kind of clears it, and Spell can kind of just forces down the forces out the, or he pushes face actually.
I don't hate
Pushing face here is not wrong, I guess, because he does have a 5/3 on board that he can't really just straight up answer with a 2/2.
I mean, I don't think he expects lulnenko to be able to heal that much anyway, and then next turn
Yeah.
he can just drop the Dragon Queen and keep the pressure on him to just keep telling him, hey, look, I'm going to keep pushing pressure, pushing damage, I'm going to make you deal with it and try and figure out a play around.
Yeah, I was gonna say double Apotheosis on the 2/2 doesn't look bad in my eyes.
No. Gets him...
Because that's... What would that put you to?
put him...
6/8? With lifesteal?
Well, put him... If he does the double app, it would have been 10, but...
Circle of Healing. Inner Fire is actually really big here because that means he's going to be able to kill the 5/3 and heal for 6.
Yep.
Mind Vision here could scout the other... Could scout the second Alex. Oh, it captures his Apotheosis. He's about to have a lot of lifesteal on board next turn. If he puts it down both Apotheosises. That's a really weird word.
Apotheosi.
Apotheosi. Right
So
here,
just
dropping
slams the
Alex. Alex isn't live actually.
No, he doesn't run the Highlander package, so it's probably going to be a while before his is live.
Renew.
Renew. Great
That's a really good hit. Heals him for 3 as well, lets him to look for another card. And before another Apotheosis. Mind Control.
Yeah, none of these are amazing. Mind Games, maybe, yeah, just to hopefully get a high target.
Ray's dead here. What does that even give you?
I can't even tell. Maybe yeah,
Cabal, Acolyte, and Whelp. Oh, there's the 1/3.
Oof. You know you hate to see the 4-mana 1/3.
Oh,
Another
Apotheosis.
He might just go with the Shadow Word, thinking some big minions are probably gonna start coming down. Yeah.
Speaking of Shadow Word, that does realistically help mitigate the damage of Alex.
Yeah. And
especially since he doesn't have that Soul Mirror anymore. Ooh, not what you want to see. Oh, never mind. That's exactly what you want to see.
he's gonna think about it for. Okay, I was gonna say he's gonna pretend to think about it for a few seconds to make it seem like it wasn't like a snap decision. Onyx.
That's so unfortunate.
The Mage Scribe is also honestly not a bad pickup because it gives you a couple extra spells.
That's true.
especially with 1 mana instead of being the normal 6 mana cost that it is. But I mean, he could take the Aeon Reaver here.
Yeah, the Aeon Reaver kills off Alex.
I like that a lot. But then he's got another Alex next turn, so I mean he's got the Shadow Word Death to deal with it, but he's gonna be facing down a lot of bigger minions still.
And the Holy Smite to remove the 2/3, remove pressure, heal himself 8 with his hero power, and just poke for 3 damage.
He's back up to 14 and currently has control of the board, so he's at least stabilized a little bit.
That's true.
Dead draw.
This turn he's gonna completely lose control of board though, if lulnenko opts, or not lulnenko, if any agent opts for the Dragon Queen, which he will, with the little Happy Hollow's End.
Oh, Emerald Drake, or Emerald Explorer, whatever it's called.
Yeah, I would agree with Evasive Feywing here, because if he had a spell to deal with the 4/8, well then...
Oh, you know, I agree. I mean, he doesn't really worry about, you know, health right now. He's still basically at full health. He's not worried about dying. Mass Res also presents an interesting opportunity with these big impact minions continually dying, but then he just loses the second Alex, so he can't get that one back potentially.
Him taking the second Alex here is actually incredible, because that means I think it's next turn he'll have a full 8/8 ready to just smack Agent in the head.
And no real board clear in sight, and I mean, what do
he
you
still
do?
has a Soul Mirror for next round, I believe.
He's got the Wretched Acolyte, or the Wretched Tutor, that's what it's called, which if he combos that with a spell would sort of start to deal with the board, but even then it only really kills the 1/1s, and that's not really what you're looking for here.
You could go for the Emerald Drake and just try to explore the possibility.
Explore, I see what you did there.
If he does, he could opt into his third Alex of the game. Ooh, Onyx?
The Soul Mirror.
Soul Mirror here doesn't look that... Actually, it does.
Yeah, it gets him the 8/8, or the, you know, 8/7
Alex
now.
back.
And another wave of apathy, wow. And another taunt for good measure, why not?
Emerald Explorer.
Ooh,
Aww.
I would say Plagued, okay. Plagued Protodrake or
Brightwing?
Brightwing. Brightwing's not bad. I mean, at this point, you've got a lot of work with anyway, so it's not necessarily, even if you whiff entirely on the legendary minion, it's not the end of the world.
That's true. And it's also smaller, because the big Protodrake I feel like would be clunky in a handful of 3-4 mana spells. Shadow Word Deathing the Alex here is actually really big.
And he could double Apo if you really wanted to. Ooh, I like it because it goes right up. Yep. Wow. So he kills off both taunt minions.
And I think that's might actually be game.
Yeah, I don't think there's... I mean, he's got the Shadow Word Ruin, which clears up both the Alexes, but he's still way behind now.
Lulnenko playing back into this game. At one point it looked like there was almost nothing he could do, and now he's bringing it back. Interfire on 1/2 to make it so that he could at least trade into the other 2 too.
And just get more spells off the Veil Weaver. See him out off the top, not necessarily what you want to see. So you could just trade the Mind Render into the Cabal Acolyte and Shadow Word Ruin. That kills off 3 minions, and you could even kill off the Veil Weaver with the Mage Scribe, which is basically a full board clear at that point.
Brightwinging first, just to see the possibilities from it.
Elise.
And it's Elise!
Wow.
But he doesn't really have much in hand that he wants to duplicate here.
No. Oh my goodness, this is still wild though. And then just heal himself up to 25, I would imagine. Or maybe even heal the Mage Scribe, yeah.
Yeah, the Mage Scribe looks like a better heal target here, because right now he's ahead on life. He doesn't really need to worry about the life totals. But having the board control here is very important for him, because he doesn't really have much to retake that board if necessary. And here comes the Alex.
I didn't realize it went active. That's awesome.
I think he
and
just
he's
got
got
active.
a Caligos.
Caligos.
Oh my goodness.
Caligos into Apotheosis. Actually, no, because you wouldn't want to touch it because Caligos being at 4 mana makes it completely invulnerable to a lot of the removal spells from priests, such as like Death or Ruin.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very nice against priests specifically for that reason.
Caligos coming down here. Ooh.
Not great.
Mind Vision, I would assume, would be the take here.
Yeah, that's what I would guess.
Because Breath of the Infinite doesn't really do much since, well, Priest won't probably put down very many tiny minions. Same thing with Pain. Mind Vision just looks like a better version. But he does take the Breath of the Infinite. I mean, I guess that puts... I guess that kills the 3-2.
Oh, Shadow or Death off the top. Get rid of that, that Alexstrasza. If he deems it a big enough threat.
Yeah, I think he's debating whether to use that or to use Mass Resurrection here. Because right now, lulnenko is only representing 13 damage on board, which is slightly under half his health.
Yeah.
Or slightly over.
Even double Apo doesn't do the job.
Embalming Ritual?
Oh, he does have Inner Fire in hand, though. Oh, no.
Oh, that is true.
Oh, my God. What a play.
What is he?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my. Big brain play. Oh, my goodness.
I never thought I would see that in my life.
We're over here thinking about this game in 3D, and AgentPWE is thinking about it in, like, the 9th dimension.
We're out here playing checkers, and he's out here playing 4D chess.
Oh my goodness, this game has been just insane so far.
And the Galakron coming out for lulnenko, along with the Evasive Worm, which he got off of the Alexstrasza, gives him full board control back.
Which does die to the Tiamat if he wants to, but he probably, yeah, just mass res, throw that down finally, get hopefully something good, and he gets nothing. He gets nothing.
A mistake. That's one way to put that. This is really bad. It's not even the fact that he got a bunch of small minions. One of the minions he doesn't even get access to for another 2 turns.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have that high of impact, I feel like, when it does become active.
So he got 5/5 in immediate stats off a 9 mana card. And then it'll eventually become an 8/10, but I think the 8/10 is going to come a little bit too late.
Mass Dispel or Draconic? I probably goes with the Draconic here, yeah.
Yeah, Draconic. Give him another Alexstrasza.
Why
We've seen, what, three of them this game? Placed down?
Yep. 2 from Agent, 1 from lulnenko. Come on.
Come on, give us the 4th.
Aww. Boo.
Twilight Drake's not bad.
It's really not, no. Especially because he could just play it right away.
And an immediate 4/10, pushing Quasar 5. And now lulnenko is above in both health and board control.
That's true, but Galakron off the top.
Galakron off the top.
Doesn't really do a whole lot, I don't think.
You kind of just have to, if you play, you have to hope for the 1 in 3 that it actually hits the evasive. Because otherwise you can't really do much about it besides trading your entire board for it.
What he could do is ping one of his minions into the 5/3, but he decides to just go Galakron instead. I was gonna say maybe he plays a Tiamat to clear off 2 of the minions, but gets the 4/10. It's not bad.
I think that's like the second best outcome there.
Yeah. And then
possibly the first best because he could still actually technically answer into the 5/3 here.
Well, I like that. Gets rid of the minion, keeps his board intact. And don't know what he just drew.
I'm out here looking at an upside down trying to figure it out. All I see is a 4.
Cabal Acolyte.
Thank you, JJ.
The Wretched Tutor could come in really nice here.
Wretched Tutor into Apotheosis.
Yeah. And then just swing face with
because if I think I know how that works, because of he gets a lifesteal, that should heal him for 6.
Oh yeah. No, it will. Yep.
And that puts him back up to 28. This is not looking good for Agent.
It's not.
But we also said that about lulnenko, and he brought it back.
So he could kill both with Tiamat. He doesn't really have to worry about attacking into the Restitutor right now because of him already being at essentially full health. I don't know if that's the best use of Tiamat though here.
Tiamat can clear with Apotheosis. With
That's
Wind
true,
Fury
too.
Rush.
Yeah.
And that would put him back up to full. Breath of the Infinite first. Because I don't really see what he would be trying to hold Apotheosis for here, besides like a heal.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure either. Decides just to play the Tiamat with Reborn. Okay.
When he reborns it, doesn't it only come back as a 6/1 normal?
Yes.
Interesting.
And does he have any real way to clear these two off easily? Doesn't look like it. I mean, there's ways, but no, like Breath of the Infinite, no more Restitutor.
Agent still has that at least.
Which could come in very handy if it gets to the point where he can like combine it with Kronks or I don't even know, some other high impact minions that he still has left in his deck. I'm not even sure what he has left in his deck at this point.
Technically, if he really wanted to, he could at least for the breath to act as like a pseudo fire strike.
He does have Murazan in deck still.
True. Oh dear.
And the Elucia and the Karj, however that's pronounced.
Interesting. He goes. Lulnenko clears board with Kronks and then goes into the Twilight Drake for 4/9. How does Agent fire back against a 6/6 and a 4/9? Because Kronks doesn't clear it cleanly.
I mean, he has the Shadow or Death, but I don't think it's really what you want to be saving that for. Gets the Skeletal Dragon.
I guess he really doesn't have anything, so he goes for the Shadow or Death. And he drops the Sandhoof Water Bear to try to get back on that, like, life points.
22 is a respectable amount at this point.
Yeah, especially against Priest when they don't have burst damage. Since Mind Blast, I think it was called, is gone. 6/12 here is actually kind of big.
It's getting bigger.
6/14? 14/14?
Oh my word.
Out of random lucky to your hand. 15/14? Do I see 15/14?
And he also even still has the Renew and Radiance in his hand. He's got just a never-ending stream of healing, it seems like.
I think he should lucky the 2/3, the plain 2/3 to just smack. No, he just adds a card to hand and just goes straight face, saying, I don't care what you have to answer me now. Wait. Murazan here. Actually, no, Murazan kind of loses him the game.
I was gonna say, I don't think Murazan really is gonna help him because it's gonna be random casts.
I think you. Hold on, 7 plus 3. That's only 10. There's no real 12. That's the most he can do to try to clear it. I think this is game.
Well, he can Wretched Tutor into Apo and even Wave of Apathy, the Twilight Drake, to prevent him from being able to kill him. So I don't think
That
he
is
dies
true.
this turn, but it's still not looking.
I didn't see the
amazing.
retro tutor there. The things that were going through my mind were Kronk's boosting to get damage on the enemy, and then Apotheosis to just smack into it for even more. I didn't even see retro tutor.
He goes with the Marazond.
Oh.
He's got the Wave of Apathy to fall back on. Worst case scenario.
Who's that in fire hit? It makes it a 2-2. And he makes
High
it a
impact
7-8.
Oh man. And he heals for 12 this turn.
Yep.
Oh wait, okay, it could hit his. Yep, never mind. He traded into the.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunate. Missed out on 5 healing as a result. Gets that Cobalt Sticky Finger finally, which will come in handy when Priest plays their weapon that they always have.
Yes, their 19 attack, 19 durability weapon.
Yes. Because that's what the Priest is missing currently.
How to buff Priest. Make it a give it a 100 attack weapon.
Weapon Priest new meta. He picks up what it looks to be a Draconic Studies too, so that's another chance to get a Dragon Queen Alexstrasza if we're lucky.
Aww.
Mind Control, Penance.
Pain.
I mean, these all have impact. Penance, he doesn't really need to worry about health, but it's still a good pickup. Kills off 2 of the Sandhoof and the Marazond with the Shadow Word Ruin. Clears off the Veil Weaver. He's stabilizing a bit. Well, not stabilizing, he's ahead. I meant more, maintaining board control.
Interestingly enough here, lulnenko still has lethal on board.
He does. Nothing really sticks out for what he could do that'll swing it back in his favor this turn.
Trying to think here. Force 8, 10? No, you still can't answer that. Twilight Drake, really? Yeah. What did he even do here?
That's a good question. I mean, you could always attempt to see what you get from the Cobalt Spellkin, but that has a chance to backfire if you whiff out on like a Wave of Apathy, for instance, which he doesn't. He's a god, so he's just gonna get the Wave of Apathy anyway.
How does what? Okay. Apotheosis onto the 2-3 Wave of Apathy coming down, most likely. That's him deciding to clear the 1-3 is actually really interesting to me. He's just not dealing with this 1-14.
He did 2 damage to it, so.
True. Next turn, if nothing really gets done here by lulnenko, he's actually setting up for, wait. Inner Fire on the Spellkin gives it a 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 damage. Never mind.
Yeah, not quite there.
Not quite. But next turn, does he really have an answer to the 4-12?
Or the Evasive Draconid if he decides to play it this turn, even.
I feel like if he does drop the Evasive Draconid, that's just kind of game. Cool.
He does.
Mindflayer Crush?
He really needs like a Plague of Death at this point, honestly. Renew.
Oh, Renew? Actually, wait. He could still get it.
Oh my goodness.
If he renews face here, draws into Plague of Death, that's still enough mana to play it.
Now there's also something to be said too for the Breath of the Infinite Kronks combo. He could potentially pull that off and I think clear the board. I haven't done the math yet.
He still leaves up a 14-4 though, I believe.
There you go. No bueno. Yeah, Shadow Word. Gets the Karsh.
I don't really see what Agent can do into this.
Well, if he Shadow Manuses the Karsh and trades that into the Draconid, he can kill that off fairly effectively and then trade the rest of his minions. Oh, he's going to buff them all. Okay. I see.
Interesting. So he still ignores the 14-12, thinking that probably in this mindset that if I can keep up the pressure, I will win this.
And another wave of apathy drawn by lulnenko for additional stall, because why not?
Is he about to penance his own face?
I mean, he heals for 3 after doing the 3 damage, so...
Deal 3 damage to a minion. Dang. I have apathy? Oh, he's playing roulette right now. Not the worst take.
No. Oh.
Oh?
Oh, I like it, because his hand is basically useless. But he gets his Murazon!
Oh no!
Oh, no.
No, Agent has to do is play that Murazon.
Oh,
And he gets it all back!
And it casts the Wave of Apathy. This is nuts. Oh no.
Oh my god, this game.
This is why I honestly don't really like Mind Render, because it has issues like this happening where your opponent can top deck one of your really useful cards. And
Wait.
Oh,
I just realized.
What?
I thought that the way it works is you would reactivate the
Oh, yeah, no.
Hungry. Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't replay Battle Cries.
Unfortunate. Actually, no, that's not that unfortunate, because that means Agent would be stuck with lulnenko's deck.
Yeah. I mean, on the flip side of what we were just talking about for the last few turns, now what does lulnenko do? Just like that, the game's flipped back in Agent's favor. I mean, he's got 2, if not 3, entirely dead cards in his hand, and that's not much better.
When we said this game was going to be the pinnacle of Hearthstone, wow. This is truly, like, an insane game so far. Apotheosis coming down, boosting up the Kronks here, actually.
I did cast
using Raised Dead.
Well, no, it casted it from his deck.
Yeah.
That's what the Abyss does. But I mean, is this potentially just lethal, or at least close to it, right? Hold on.
If he trades a 3, that's 6, 11, 19, 20, 21.
Nah, it's not lethal quite yet, is it? It's
no. Sadly.
Yeah, most it looks like he can do is 23.
Yeah, with Inner Fire, I think it's 23 or 22. Because he still has to play through the... No, you're right. 24 actually, because if he goes Breath of the Infinite, he could use the 1-3 to trade into the 2-3.
True.
So he could do a potential 24 damage this turn.
2 damage off of fatigue, or 1 damage off fatigue too.
Yeah. Breath of the Infinite coming down here. Twice, actually. Or once. What, second damage would be due to the Spellkin. Or not Spellkin. My brain's not functioning. Restitutor. Sorry.
Kills off these lifesteal minions because he's at full health. He doesn't get benefited by that, and now he's facing down lethal damage next turn.
That big old whelp from earlier is actually coming back to bite him.
It is. He can't. It literally is useless. But Aeon Reaver kills off the Murazon. But it's not really a winning strategy. And Mind Render, that's what you want to do here. Take your opponent's deck with nothing in it.
Yes. To be fair here, I think Elise is actually the correct play.
I would agree.
Elise
actually,
gives you second Inner Fire, and then you can next turn play the 7 cost, or this turn you can just play the 7 cost and drop down the Inner Fire on the 2/5. Then you push for 5, 8, 13, 15 damage. That's almost lethal. And no matter what, next turn he dies to fatigue.
Yeah.
And if you play the 7 cost, there's a taunt, and he can't really do anything about you. And we're about to see it.
He does play the Mind Render. I guess just
What?
to see if he
Just a
can
little
push
bit
some
of a
extra.
flex.
Oh, he steals. He could just play the Aeon Reaver. Not give him the option, but
Ooh.
just pushes it all face. Gets a Cabal Shadow Acolyte off the top, or Cabal Shadow Priest.
There's not much lulnenko can really do here.
I mean, he can play the
He
Drake.
can play the taunt. He can play the taunt if he really needs it.
It's not really a winning play though. He just dies.
So here's the thing. No matter what, next turn he loses. Oh wait, no, because Agent actually saved him from taking a fatigue turn.
But he's still dead. I mean, he can.
Yeah.
Clear, I was about to say he can still clear off the taunt minion and present lethal damage. And there it is, the fabled Priest Mirror,
Yeah,
living up to its potential. Holy cow!
Can Agent close this out, or are we gonna see another Priest game?
Goodness.
I
Well,
really do want to see lulnenko play that Cyclone Mage, though.
I do too. That was. He's spoke very highly of it before. He says it's probably one of the highest IQ decks to play. It takes a lot more skill than you would expect playing something like that.
I agree. Looking at it, like back when Cyclone Mage played Khadgar, there was just a lot of things where you just have to be constantly aware, and my tiny pea brain could not handle that deck.
And then we see the Druid versus the Mage with the Alex and JJ's favorite hero portrait, the Dame Hazelbark, the best Druid hero portrait.
I've always, it's so weird.
Oh no, they hate it.
Yeah,
it's awful.
like think about the old, like some of the older ones. They just look so much nicer. Like Medivh has a special little magic bolt.
Yeah.
Hazel just does nothing, and she just like a lot of the hero portraits have a place or like make sense. This one just, I get you're a druid because you were a tree, but I don't accept that you were a druid because you are a tree.
It's also creepy, if we're being honest.
Yeah, it is really, really creepy.
But anyway, we should talk about the fact that lulnenko has a fantastic starting hand with the Stork Apprentice, the Mana Giant, and the Conjurer's Calling, along with the Janus for good measure.
And immediately killing the Blood Mage, giving... Ooh... Isn't that Evocation? I think that's the name of the card.
Yeah, Evo. That's... Oh my goodness, this has the potential to snowball very, very quickly.
Sorcerer's Apprentice here doesn't look all too bad.
Funny story, at the time of the recording of this, they've already announced nerfs to both Evocation and the Solarian Prime.
Yeah.
Thankfully. Probably just takes the Mirror Image, yeah. Just for some fodder for the Sork Apprentice, hoping to get like a Mana Cyclone.
Oasis Surge are coming out here. I don't really see what you want to do here.
Probably just Hero Power and Nature Studies.
Yeah, I think Hero Power is probably the best option. Put you back on equal playing field with your opponent's health pool. You're one ahead now by just bonking them with a stick.
My goodness.
Oh.
Second Sork drawing.
Oh no.
He could just go for it this turn. I mean, why not?
Oh no.
Oh man, this is
when
this deck shines, because next turn he could potentially. Oh my
goodness. God. And he gets a Solarian. Oh my god.
I don't even think he cares about burning that right now. He's just got so much to work with.
He's freezing his own minion.
He would freeze his own face if he could too. Why not? He's probably even going to kill off one of his own minions just to keep getting his Mana Giant cheaper.
Oh my god.
Yep, he's going to. Brain freeze it. And so next turn, he already can play the Mana Giant and the Conjurer's Calling, even if his Sork dies, which it is. This game
is crazy.
kind of already over, in my opinion.
We've seen lulnenko come back from worse.
That's true.
But with this hand, it is actually he finished quest on 4. Do we see a future where he can actually bring this back?
You're talking about Agent here, right? Agent.
Yeah.
Back? Yeah. Oh man.
Oh no.
No, I don't.
Yeah, never mind. There is no more.
I mean, I guess Steel Beetle, maybe Bog Beam, but probably not. Or Rising Winds, get a 3/2 on board and another card. It's just not looking good because he can just attack with the 5/7, kill it off again, and get another 8-mana minion or a couple 8-mana minions on top of the. I believe it's like a 5/5 with lifesteal that comes out of it.
Yup.
Yeah. Oh my goodness! And another one.
Goodness! And another Katarina.
Oh.
This is looking over.
Yeah, this is not good.
When lulnenko said this could possibly be like one of the best decks of the format, he was not kidding.
No, because the thing is, when it high rolls so well. It's like back when the days of Spell Druid, when it just high rolled, or even now, before the Guardian Animals nerf, where you could just pop off with it. This has even more potential to pop off to an.
This reminds me of like old Rise of Shadows tempo or tempo rogue. Oh no! Back when you could like prep into raiding party and then next turn waggle pick into double Corsairs. Oh my god! Okay, for everyone who's like newer to the game, that doesn't sound that scary. But back in my day when it was like people didn't die, like this did not happen.
Yep, there he goes. Just
there he goes.
He's like, I got nothing. I'd rather just go.
And lulnenko winning on turn 6. Jesus Christ.
It was early.
I think he actually really realistically won on 4, but the concede on 6 is insane.
All right, so now we're heading into the final game, Game 5, of what has been already a fantastic matchup between these two great players. And it's going to be the Quest Druid versus the Dragon Priest. And while we're waiting for this match to start, I wanted to give a shout out to the guys who run this channel, Alex, JJ, and Sergey, and say that anybody watching this video should give a like and follow and whatever other options that YouTube has for their channel to keep supporting them and all the hard work they do in putting together this tournament and putting out these videos. And so
Priest against Druid. Druid really wants to take the early game tempo, I feel like.
100%.
Because once Priest starts getting into that later game, once they have full access to their array of removal, there's not much Druid will be able to do against it. It's not like Druid is a very good stally deck, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Agent getting able to go second here is actually might win him the game.
It could, no, honestly.
Getting that one turn is insane, and immediate pressure with the 2/3.
I don't hate it because I mean he's got Apo next turn if he doesn't play a minion into this, so that he can just keep start getting some value out of it, and he's just banking off the fact that even if he has the Wrath, is it? Can't remember the name of it. Wrath?
Yeah, Wrath.
Okay. I was thinking that was wrong for some reason. Even if he had that, he doesn't want to necessarily play that on 2 because it stalls his quest. And I guess just either Rising Winds or Steel Beetle. Rising Winds gets him the card. Steel Beetle reveals that he has at least one 5-mana plus spell in his hand. Opts to just draw the card.
I think he right there was trying to draw into the. Trying to think of the word. Starfall. Because Starfall by itself could have cleared that pretty easily, but now it's a little bit more awkward.
He does have Starfall in hand. It's just not
active.
Not active yet. I mean, he could.
I'm gonna be honest. I did not see that.
It's okay. Could just Crystal Merchant here. Steel Beetle.
Steel
for the
Beetle
fire
coming
mode.
down keeps him alive longer. Don't hate it.
No, and his quest is done now.
Meaning next turn he can Starfall. Actually Starfall looks really bad here. Actually, what does it do?
It kills one minion.
Yeah.
That's all it does. Wow, this Veil Weaver is just continuing to put in work.
Restoring 3 health to the 4/6. Mirza doesn't look bad here, neither does Twilight Drake. I don't really like Crimson Hothead here.
Yeah, it's not amazing.
Considering Twilight Drake just looks like a better version of it at this moment. But just without the taunt, but more health.
Yeah, I don't think you really worry about the taunt either, honestly.
Yeah, there's not much that really taunt will matter for. The only thing he could summon that could actually throw on your board right now is a waste, some both your minions can live through one. For a second I thought Lulnenko just lesser healed Agent's face, and I was really confused. I mean, I don't hate it. That's some pretty nice BM there, but
Oh, there's
one.
Kind of an awkward turn, honestly.
Yeah. Hey, somebody opened Lucid Bark.
I was about to say. What a great card. That is never played ever.
Yeah.
Oasis Surger doesn't really help much. It gets rid of one minion, or sets up for Starfall next turn, but that's real slow, and then you're taking another potential 8 damage in the meantime. Not a lot.
This one just looks really awkward. I think you kind of need to kill the speaker. I think it's called, not speaker.
The Veil Weaver.
Yeah, that one.
I agree.
Just kind of needs to die here. I think you trade
both.
both into it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't hate it. But he does have a Raised Dead in hand.
Oh no.
So lulnenko could just get that Veil Weaver right back if he's so inclined.
This is getting a little bit awkward for Agent again. Once again, having that 4/6 on board makes it 6 HP is just very hard for Druid to deal with.
Oh yeah.
Nourish, I guess. Double Nature Studies and a Wrath. What is he looking to draw into here that could help him clear board? Worthy Expedition?
I'm honestly not sure.
Healing Touch is kind of big.
Yeah, no, that's huge. Especially because he doesn't have a Hidden Oasis on hand at the moment. Or any other healing for that matter. Plenty of card draw though. Problem is with the amount of card draw that he currently has with all the Rising Winds, with the Nourish, with the Wrath, all of that is guaranteed to draw him cards because of his quest being done. And that means he's on a somewhat ticking time clock of getting this game done quickly so that he doesn't get into fatigue.
Interesting enough that he chose the I'm trying to think of the word.
The Keeper?
Yeah, the Keeper.
Yeah, I don't remember the full name either, honestly, so.
Jeez.
Down to 5 HP. I mean, we got the Healing Touch in hand, so he's not gonna die this turn.
Actually, with Healing Touch, he still dies. Actually, no, because Healing Touch and Starfall.
Well, Healing Touch does 8, correct?
Yeah, so which would put him at 13 plus 6 plus 4, yeah, 12 actually.
Yeah. It's a really awkward turn.
Personally, I'd take Starfall onto the Twilight Drake and Healing Touch. But that also just isn't that good.
You could Ghidra with something like Starfall.
Yeah,
and
true.
give him a decently sizable minion.
Wrath. Starfall. Oh, he's going Ghidra into the Starfall.
Gotta move fast. Although the animations take a while, so yeah, I figured he was fine.
And it's a 6-3 win if you're on board.
It's true. And
Breath of the Infinite doesn't clear this.
Priest doesn't have any direct damage, so he's good for a turn at least. Let's spell him, get some embalming ritual, and the Draconic Studies. Nothing really impactful at the moment.
I was just thinking back in my day, he'd get hit with a Mind Blast.
I don't miss that card. I remember
do
playing
not.
with it, and it was fun at the time, but
I remember when Mind Blast had that degenerate OTK combo with Malagos.
yeah, that was gross. Wait, Wave of Apathy Reborn. I like it.
Steel Beetle here.
I mean, the Keeper, I think it's Keeper of the Grove, actually, now that I think of it. I think
Yeah.
it's okay here if he wants to not have it come back, but not really necessary. Especially now that he just drew Oasis Searcher off the top, he can just clear it off with that.
Yeah.
Leaves himself with 2 5/2s, which would then die to the Breath of the Infinite, but, you know, he doesn't know that.
So does Starfall work as like, does 5 then 2, or does it do 5 and 2?
So the way that the turn would play itself out would be that it would kill the 3/5, and then do 2 more damage to it when it was already dead, and then the Reborn effect would take place after the fact.
That's what I was thinking would happen, but I wasn't too sure. I think just playing Healing Word here is... No, because he wants to save that. I think Keeper's just kind of free.
Yeah, I mean, it fits nicely with the mana, unless he just wants to go with the Crystal Merchant and say, screw it, I don't really care about this guy living for another turn. Or even just, you know, just stays like it is.
Is he willing to trade the Cobalt Spellkinner for the 6/3?
I mean...
Or Soulmere cleans this up much nicer.
Yeah, get some Crystal Merchant himself. You can draw a card.
Interesting.
Gets another Veil Weaver, but not a lot to work with in terms of spells. He does have a Spellkin in hand still, so he could, well, actually 2.
I think generally he wants to hold on to the Soul Mirror for a bigger turn.
Yes, after he plays,
especially
like,
for the Cenarius turn,
or even Ysera if he gets a few nice portals off of that.
So here's the thing: I think that if lulnenko doesn't kill the 6/3 here, which he probably will, then that's lethal with Cenarius.
Yeah, he's killing it though.
Yeah.
You kind of have to.
Interesting. Wanemaker comes out.
Looks like a Radiance and a Renew, maybe?
Yeah. One of the 1-mana priest spells, because they have like 1 million of those. Ysera?
Also,
we're
also ignoring the fact that he does have 2 Soul Mirrors in hand, I think.
Yeah, he does. I don't know how that got in there, but you know,
not gonna question it. There's always been 2 legendary spells in his deck. That's how good of a player he is. He's so good, he bypasses the limit for legendaries.
He's deck stacking.
So
Heading
obviously,
Oasis
I mean, I don't hate it, but it doesn't really.
feels. Yeah, it doesn't answer the 8/8 Murazond on board.
No. And obviously, with the Ysera being pulled from the Murazond, doesn't get him the portals, but still gets him a sizable body on board.
Especially one that Druid can't really answer very well.
No. I mean, there's something to be said for potentially like Starfalling or Nourishing, and
Starfall plus
Oasis,
kind of.
and then he would still be able to play an Anubisath after the fact because
Yeah.
it's free.
It's not. That would still leave a 3/5 and an 8/1 if he did that, though.
Yeah, it's not great.
Keeper silences Murazond, I believe.
And deals 2 damage. So
Which
this
makes
kills
it free.
And then, still
And then he gets the Anubisath for free. Very interesting. The 4/10 still lives, though, which is not too scary, but just the fact that it's there is kind of scary, if that makes sense.
I mean, if he had Inner Fire and
Inner Fire
Shadow Word
Apotheosis.
Pain, he would have lethal. Oh, there's the
True.
Inner Fire. If only he had the Shadow Word Pain.
Wait? He could get the Shadow Word Pain here.
But
He has 2 chances.
He wouldn't be able to play Inner Fire afterwards. It's 2 mana.
True. Dispel. Oh, second Inner Fire?
More triggers for the Veilweaver, I guess, is his thinking, which I like. And then just toss
Is that Lazul's scheme?
It is, yes.
That's disgusting.
The best card ever.
Oh, there it is. Yes, you're Sarah. You're a 3 card. You're 3 damage now. He has a very easy clear here with, at least for that specific minion, with the Oasis Surger.
Yeah.
But that's not too clean considering the, I mean, I guess he could clear everything besides the 5/5 here consistently. Depending on what he get, I would just kind of worry the Expedition here, just to see what you have access to.
Exactly. Maximize what you have to work with at the start of your turn, and then figure what we can do from there. Wrath is nice.
Wrath is really nice.
Because now that puts it at 5, and he can just Oasis
Surger it.
kill both the 5/5 and the 12/5.
I'm wondering why the order. If it was just in particular, or if that was just because he just felt like attacking first.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think there was any necessary reason for that. But
the Wrath off of that's actually kind of nice.
it is.
Gives him an extra draw and
Oh,
confirms the board cleat.
see what some portals he gets.
Malagos, but bad.
Not great.
Not great.
Okay.
Well, pretty great. And that's when you Soul Mirror. Actually, yeah, Soul Mirror doesn't look that bad because you still have the 4/8 Caligos on board. You get the Ysera back and you get the Malagos. And it kills their poisonous.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, he's got 2 soul mirrors too, so he has some wiggle room here to how he wants to do this.
I don't think there's any way Agent suspects lulnenko of having 2 here.
Oh no. Although they have been at the far side of his hand for a while now, so he might suspect at least one of them being a soul mirror.
Yeah. I feel like if he does play a Soul Mirror, that kind of just baits lulnenko into, or not lulnenko, Agent into more of a false sense of security. And here comes the Soul Mirror coming out.
Although, he did play the created by one, so he knows that there's still one remaining. I mean,
Yeah.
I doubt he knows it's in. There's no way of him knowing that it's in his hand, obviously. But him playing the created by leaves that inkling of concern for whether he should start pushing that damage.
Yeah.
I think he probably should have played the
real
original
one, I agree. The real one there, just I don't see any reason you don't play the just normal one there, but Portal? Don't hate it. Cenarius looks pretty nice here. Or Hidden
does.
Oasis into Cenarius.
I mean, you could also Healing Touch even after Cenariusing. Even if he doesn't want to get the 6/6 down. Well, he can't get the 6/6 if he doesn't kill off one of his minions.
That's why I was thinking Healing would be, or Hidden Oasis would be kind of stronger, just because it gives you an 8/8. But I can see why you'd want to hold it because you lose value.
He could trade one of his 6 attack minions into the Caligos and kill it with Crystal Power. He can...
Yeah. I think he trades the Ysera because he wants the more health on the Caligos here.
Oh, absolutely.
Or
but he's looking like he's not.
I guess it keeps the health more balanced. That's really weird for me. I would think that you want to just keep Caligos alive at all costs.
Just goes face. I mean, honestly, the Soul Mirror is not even that great. It's not bad, but he only gets 5 minions off of it. He doesn't even get the full board wipe necessarily.
There's really nothing that you could switch around here, I guess. And with the plus coming from Cenarius, that Wretched does nothing now.
Yeah, it's true. He doesn't have Apo for the healing. He does have those Singular Radiance still, so he can heal for 5, but with a board like this, he's not really going to help. Looks like he might still go for the Soul Mirror play.
Lulnenko, like on paper, just card-wise, looks like he has so much more, but at the same time, he just is so far behind. It's insane.
Well, it's a lot of dead draw. Not dead, but not as necessarily high impact cards. Like he's got the Lizzle Scheme, which is okay, but isn't amazing. He's got the 3-mana spell that gives it. I think it's the one that gives the minion Divine Shield and then makes a 1/1 copy of it. He's got the one that duplicates it. I'm so bad with these card names, especially when I can't actually see it. Silences and duplicates it, or no.
Dream Portal? Yeah, Psychic Split gives it a +1/+2, then dupes.
That's what it is, thank you.
Friars looks really big here.
It does.
Just 3 6-mana minions.
After the second Soul Mirror too, it's very unlikely that he has anything to do with it unless he discovers like a Plague of Death. I don't think he runs a natural Plague of Death in his deck.
Blatant decoy.
I mean, it's not awful.
It's not awful, but it's also not the best.
Let's see.
Right now he's representing 10, 15, 23, 26, 32 damage on board right now.
I mean, he can't even heal outside of hero powering. So, like, what do you do as Lulnenko in this situation? This flipped very heavily in favor of Agent. I mean, you can kill off like a Cenarius. You can kill off like the Wind Fury, the Wind Harpy, whatever it's called, with Wretched Tutor and the spell. Kill off that and the Cenarius as well as the Bronze Herald.
That does reduce the damage on board significantly, down to from 32 to 16. That quite literally halves the damage you're taking.
Yeah.
But no access to the Apotheosis means that this isn't going to get as much value as it could have.
Yeah. He's at a high enough health that it wouldn't have been that impactful, but still, it's something.
Oh, wait! And he has... If that doesn't die, then he does another one next turn. Then Dream Portal. Ooh. The Ysera, just no matter what, I feel like it's value. Like,
yeah.
I don't think there's any way that Ysera doesn't get value.
I guess just maybe hit an Oasis, Anubisath, just say, I don't think you have any board clears left. I'm gonna make you deal with this. Or just...
Did he just...
Yeah. He's limiting what he plays, just in case he does have a Plague of Death in his back pocket, but he doesn't. And I don't think there's any way out of this for lulnenko. I'm not seeing anything right now.
This is a very crazy game.
Yeah. I don't think he has anything.
I think lulnenko just kind of dies here. And it's not even like the Druid versus Rogue matchup where he can like honorably die. He's gonna keep fighting though. Ooh, that's actually kind of spicy.
It is, but
Because he's forced him into fatigue.
he's still...
Yeah, he's
That's
dead.
That's
That's exactly
lethal.
lethal.
Yep.
Oh no!
It's okay. I think he's already seen it and just resigned himself to his fate. And
That's game.
Man, Agent taking it. He did say apparently that this is his year, and with a statement win like this over lulnenko, you gotta wonder if he actually is his year for the tournament. He's made it far.
Agent coming out and just outright taking these like games by storm so quickly is insane. There were a lot of close games, and then there was just like that priest game was wild.
Yeah. Followed up by the shortest match in the whole series with that mage game.
Yeah.
But
that game was decided on turn 4. So we've seen speed runs, we've seen close matches, and we've seen 40-minute games that flip favor 3 times. That was a wild game.
That absolutely was. And lulnenko, obviously being a constant around these parts, is gonna come back again next year, I would imagine, in the next tournament.
Yeah.
And Agent is looking to play the winner of Pika versus Jummy, however it's pronounced, I'm not sure, which should be also a pretty solid game. And yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.